Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips, Action Auto Parts, and yes, when it starts getting hot, you're probably going to see more of me than you want to see, so out of respect for your eyes, and maybe if you're eating dinner, I'll try to keep it up here, but I got to share this that just happened. This is crazy. All right, so last month, about April 23rd, I had a guy in Alabama wanted a part of a taillight off of the '03 Toyota Sequoia that I've got up in the junkyard. So I took a picture up close, showed him that there wasn't any cracks and it looked good. We agreed on a price, and for the taillight, me pulling it, packing it, shipping it. And so sent me the money through PayPal, and he sent me his address. I bubble wrap it, I box it up, I put the address, his name, address, verbatim as what he sent me. I thought it was a little odd, but each state, man, they have some different road numbers and different ways of doing things, I guess. And so I was like, well, whatever, that's what he sent me. He ought to know his address. So wasn't very busy today at the junkyard. As people drive 3 hours from down to Indiana to get a gas tank off of my old red 99 Tahoe. But and so I looked, and he had sent me a message, and he's like, hey dude, where's my taillight? And he had the picture that I sent him, and I always send everyone a picture of the tracking number on the receipt from the post office. I don't type it out or whatever. I send them a picture. That way, if they question shipping, it's even got that on there. All right, so he said, this ain't got my address on it. Well, postal receipts just has the city, the state, and the zip. They don't put the full thing on the receipt. And I said, dude, just go to UPS, not UPS, but USPS.com/tracking, whatever. Type it in and see where it's at. And I put my phone back on the side of my mower, and I commenced to mowing, because we're supposed to be getting rain possibly in the next 5 or 6 days. And so I mow for like another hour or better, and I don't look at my phone. It's over in the cup holder on my zero-turn mower, and I get back in the truck. I wipe all the dust off my phone, off my glasses, and he sent me like boom, 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 boom. Dude, are you a scammer? Blah, blah, blah. He done filed a claim with PayPal to get his money back. That popped up. I was like, no, I'm not a scammer. I mean, my God, we was talking about $45. So I sent him a message, and then he had, and I didn't notice this because I was trying to just answer the messages as they were in front of me from him. He had done called, because I don't care to give people my number. I ain't got nothing to hide. And he had left me a message that I had not listened to yet. So earlier today, Crystal said, hey, I thought that was you coming up the driveway, and it was the mail lady, and she laid a box out there. Well, I didn't know if I can't remember if I'd ordered anything or what. I just said, oh, okay. And so I knew that was in the back of my mind. He had said it on there. It says it's been delivered to Stanford. That's where you're from. You've ripped me off. And so I call him. I didn't have his number. I call him on the messenger phone thing and hit the video thing. Hey, let's FaceTime this puppy. And it wasn't working real good. It was really blurry, and I couldn't hear him. He'd freeze up. And I was like, dude, I ain't scamming you. But there is a package that my wife said was dropped off at the house today, and I ran the tracking number. Maybe something happened and they've sent it back to me. But I tell you what, you hang on. I'm 1.5 miles from my house. I'm not going nowhere. You just talk to me. You watch me. I'm going to the house. So I'm pulling my driveway. I said, yeah, there's a box sitting on the hood of my little red Jimmy out here. I said, hang on. And I go and get it, and I said, it says no such address, could not forward, return to sender. And it was breaking up a bunch. He said, let me call you on the phone, not through Messenger. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So we hang up. He calls me back, and he said, no, this is much better. And I said, here, he said, what address you got on there? And I told him. He said, well, that's not my address. Okay, let's go back into our messages. So you go back into the messages, and I scroll up, and I was like, it may not be your address, but it's the address you sent me. And he said, no. And he goes up, and he's like, oh my God, man. Oh, brother, I'm sorry. I owe you an apology. I said, no, we won't get too bent out of shape. Oh, he said, oh no, I done left you a voicemail, and it's not very nice. That's why I'll listen to it and laugh at it, and life goes on. And he said, I can't believe I done that. And I said, brother, it's easy thing to, typing. The phone sometimes types what it wants. You might think you hit a certain button, but. So anyway, he was like very apologetic. It seemed like a great guy. We sitting there FaceTiming. I'll get it out in a minute. It's been a long day. And, we was FaceTiming, and he said, well, I'm taking my daughter to, this, and it'd be a little bit. And he said, I might have messed up. I done put in a claim against you. And I said, I know you did. It popped up on my phone that you'd put one in. So he said, well, let me get done with the daughter, and I'll try to go back in PayPal and correct that. And I just got to beg for your forgiveness. I said, no, you don't got to beg for my forgiveness. I mean, I understand the world is full of dishonest people, and the world's full of honest people. Now, heck, can be two fools. Anyway, I think you know where I'm going. And there is people that would, if they can rip you out of $45 and they do that to 10 people, that's $450 a day. That's not a bad day's dishonest work. So anyway, you can tell it bothered him, and it bothered me, excusez-moi, that he thought I was trying to rip him off. But I know that people do that. But he had even said, dude, I looked, you got great reviews, and I'll give you one. I said, dude, I appreciate that. And I always tell everybody, look, if you don't trust me on doing this, go to my Facebook page. I got over 4,000, friends. Go to my YouTube channel. Call me. Here's my number. Whatever, I showed him when I was out there. I said, look, here's my junkyard, and here's where I've been mowing today. I ain't lying. I got a junkyard, and I have been cutting grass. And so anyway, I listened to his message, and it was like, hey dude, I didn't get my tail light. What's up with that? That receipt that you sent me is fake because it don't have my address on it, and that tracking number says it's been delivered to your city and not mine. And dude, if you was that broke, you should have asked me for $45 and I'd have gave it to you. I'd have gave it to you instead of you having to rip me off. And he said, so here's my number. I guess I'll see if you'll call me back, and I guess I'll see if we're going to be able to work this out. So I just got through listening to that after the fact, and he was like, oh dude, I've left you a voicemail, and it's not very friendly. At least he didn't cuss me or something. But daggone. But anyway, I said, well, now that I've got your right address, I can ship it again. If you get this taken care of with PayPal, this claim that you put against me. And he said, okay. And I said, but it's $10.10. That's what it costs to ship it. And it's going to cost that to ship it again. They're not going to ship it all. He said, oh, okay. Yeah, I need to send you some money. And I said, yeah, you get everything taken care of. And I'll correct the address, and I'll go back to the post office, and I'll ship it to you. So normally things like that just tear me up, or I get mad, and, but I kept thinking, I know I shipped that, but there's a box at home, and the tracking number says it's there. So maybe it got crushed. Maybe something happened, and they've just sent it back. But he had gave me the wrong address, which if it had to be a mistake, I'm glad it was on him instead of me. I still got dirt and dust in my eyes, you all. That's not even funny. It's so dry and dusty, but I guess after this rain for 5 or 6 days, it'll it'll settle the dust, as old Chad Thomas, old black guy that I knew, he'd always want a dust cutter. He wanted to cut the dust out of his throat. But anyway, I had to kind of share that story. I won't give his name. Great guy, like I said, and he said the more he thought about it, the matter, the matter he was getting about it. So that's when he called. So he jumped to a conclusion, and I truly understand. In today's world with all the daggone scams and stuff, I've been getting this place calling me about self-employed health insurance. And I've been hanging up. So I called today, and I thought, I'm just going to write this out. So I got to punching different numbers, and it would say, please hold. And it would go to doing something, and I'd punch much more, and it would say, please hold. So finally, a guy picked it up. And it was from what I understood, it was an insurance place. And he said, how can I help you? And I said, well, you can help me by taking me off your do not call list. And he said, I didn't call you. And I said, somebody did. No, you called us. All I answer is calls that's coming in. I said, I didn't call you. Yes, you did. So me and him got into it. And after a couple words, I guess he didn't like, he hung up on me. But so I don't know if I went ahead and blocked that number. So that's aggravating. This could have been, especially if I'd made a mistake, but I guess where I was mowing and just didn't respond, he just took it for granted I was a thief, and he was going to show me. So he put in a claim and left me a disgruntled voicemail. Could be like a guy the other day, real quick, and I'm going to wrap this up. Guy had asked a question about Ford truck parts, and I take it back. He was wanting a cab. Well, he was Ford. He was wanting an extended cab off of, and I've got 2 or 3 options of an extended cab at their junkyard. And what people don't understand is when they say cab, what are you calling a cab? What do I call a cab? Is a cab just a bare cab? Is it a cab with all the glass, the dash, the seats, the steering column, the doors? And I said, would you please itemize how you want a cab so that I'll know how to price it? So he came back and says, I just need a cab. So again, he didn't answer my question. Well, I close at 3 on Saturdays, and so the last I had looked, he hadn't said anything back. I said, well, I still need to know, do you need doors, blah, blah, blah. And so he hadn't said anything back. So anyway, it was like 6 something. And I pick up my phone and I look in Marketplace, and this guy's like, are you going to talk to me or what? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Like a high school girl. Are you taking me to the prom or what? Just like, and I said, buddy, I run a junkyard that's open 6 days a week. I close at 3 on Saturdays. I've been spending time with my wife. You never answered my question. So he messaged back, so if you're going to take an attitude about it, I can get my parts somewhere else. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, you the one that seemed to have a little bit of an attitude because you were butthurt that I didn't answer you, and I've got almost 100 listings, and nobody else acts butthurt if it takes me a little bit to get back with them. So I'm going to help you find your parts somewhere else. And I blocked him. So yeah, he can go somewhere else and let somebody else put up with it. A little high school drama. So, all right, that's going to do it. I am going to get out of here, go in the house, and at least for right now, wash my face and get this dirt out of my eyes, and take my boy Axel Foley Phillips out for his evening constitutional. And I hope y'all had a great day. And I would like to ask you to please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please subscribe. And as always, I'll do my best. I'll catch you in the next one.